What's up, guys? Welcome to the house. Today we're going to be reviewing the Arctic Vibe. Where should I put my feet? I'm going to throw one or two more warm-up shots here, then we'll get into the nitty-gritty of the review. That was my last warm-up shot. Layout on this puppy is going to be a 65 by 4 3/4 by 55. Pretty stacked with the CG and the pin there above my fingers. Both my warm-up shots hooked a little bit, so I'll probably be moving maybe like 2 to the right for my first frame. Today I'm going to be bowling on a fresh house shot here at Derby Bowl in Derby, Kansas. The lanes are a little bit older. However, the house shot still doesn't hook too much. So it's a pretty average house shot that I've bowled on. That ball was slippery. Woo! That ball was slippery. I definitely need to wipe my ball off more because there was some oil on it and it was slippery in my hands. The Buddies Pro Shop website tells me that this is an all-new Vibe, but it is a hybrid symmetrical bowling ball. A Vibe usually being a lower price point ball. This one's 115 bucks, which is pretty cheap for a bowling ball. This one's giving me a lot more hook than I expected.
That last one tipped down.
Yeah, it is going hard down lane.
It's hard to get balls to tip in this place.
Yeah, not this one. Oh, hook. Oh, hook.
She did?
Yeah, that was left. I'm not exactly throwing it supreme. I feel like I need a couple practice games. Like Matt actually just said behind the camera, this ball really flips hard down lane. It's giving me a lot of backhand reaction. With it being a more hooking bowling alley, usually that kind of slows the balls down and makes them a lot less flippy down lane. Not this ball. This ball is really going sideways. This ball might be the most surprising ball I've thrown in a while. We're introducing a new scaling system. That way you guys can go across all the ball reviews on our channel and you can clearly see where this fits amongst the other balls that I've reviewed. We're gonna go with a couple different categories, from how good is it gonna be on a house shot, how good is it gonna be on a sport shot, what is the length that the ball is giving me, and what is the back end reaction that it's giving me. All of these are gonna be out of 10. That way I can bring to you guys a pretty uniform system throughout all of our ball reviews. After the next couple frames, and once I get a better idea of what this ball is gonna do, then I'll start to go through the rating scale and tell you guys where this ball fits for me on the scale. Oh, I rolled it. Oh, I rolled it. Really got that one up the back. We're gonna try and get my hand around the side for the next one. We're 4 frames in with 4 strikes though. 1, let's go Arctic Vibe. 2, I'm gonna kind of start to rate it now on those scales that we talked about. The first one being the length that this ball is giving me. Out of 10, this is a hybrid ball, which usually you would probably put in that like 3 through 7 category, but I'm definitely gonna put this one more up towards the top of the length. I'd probably give it a 7, and then the back end reaction, I'm gonna have to tell you guys after the next shot. Really sharp back end reaction the first couple shots. I rolled that one and it didn't give me as sharp of a back end reaction, so I'm gonna try and rotate this one. Yeah, it's giving me some down lane. A lot of skid and a lot of flip. You see it come behind the head pin. It didn't really have that drive through the pins like you might have liked to see, but I like strikes more than I like to see my ball tackle the 9 pin. In terms of back end flip, on that scale to 10, like I said, hybrids usually kind of fit in that 3 to 7 range. I would probably rate it a 6 or a 7. I'm gonna throw one more shot before I finalize that number. Hook! Hook! Little grabby, little rounded on that one. Overall, another good result, 6 for 6. I'd probably put it more on the 7 end of the scale in terms of back end reaction. The amount of length that I get out of the ball is usually closely related to the amount of back end flip, but sometimes it's not. We're gonna jump into deciphering if this is better on house shots, sport shots, or if it's gonna be good on both or bad on both. Because I have the front 6, I'll tell you right now, it's not gonna be bad on the house shot. Oh my. Oh my. This is a 10 on the house shot for Derby Bowl. On the house shot scale, if I'm ranking this ball out of 10, I would give it a 9. It's gonna be very hard for me to give balls 10 out of 10 on anything because I think there's always gonna be a better ball coming, but I would say this is pretty much as high as we're gonna go on the rating scale, at least for now. Record breaker. I think this ball I can use probably on every house shot at any building in America and average at least 230. And I think at my home bowling alley at North Rock, I could probably average 250 with it. League review coming on the side channel soon. Oh, I rolled it. Oh, I rolled it. All right, front 8. 300 watch, hey-o. Sport shot rating. It's not gonna be a 9 out of 10, but it's gonna be higher than you would think. I think I'm gonna have to use it on some lower volumes where there's definitely some hook on the lane because it is so clean. Even though it hooks more than most vibes, it's definitely still a lower end piece, and on sport shots, it's just hard for me to use lower end pieces. As a right-hander, this ball would be so useful. As a left-hander, this ball would be useful on some of the easier sport shots. So as a left-hander, I would probably give it a 5 out of 10, right in the middle. If I see that the pattern is 48 mils, I'm probably not gonna need to bring it. However, as a right-hander, that's where I think you guys could bring it as one of your lower end pieces that's not super quick that you can use in those transition games. So that's why I would give it a 5 out of 10. Hopefully we can finish up this 3-piece. A lot of these shots are going high flush, which is good news for this 300 alert. I would say if I was to go into league with one bowling ball and I could choose it today, this would probably be the ball that I would use because I know it's gonna be good game 3 and I know it's gonna be good enough game 1. It's the low price point, it hooks in the right part of the lane where I could use it on the fresh, and it's quick enough where I could also use it on the burn. Ryden, I'm trying to shoot 300 over here. I'm not gonna let you mess with me. Oh, I let him mess with me. Wasn't my best effort. I thought he messed with me. I thought he got up in here. Your son. I thought your son got up in here when he was trying to talk to me about his dinosaur show. Front 10. Let's get to number 11 here. If I shoot 300, I have to give it a 10 out of 10, right? I might be changing my rating. Let's throw a better one. That's better. Haven't been this nervous in a while, guys. There's actually a link to pre-order this bowling ball down below in the comments. You can click on that if you want to get one of these. There's also going to be a link down below for a giveaway form. If we hit 300 or more subscribers during this video, I'll personally ship one to one of you guys who clicks that link. But you have to subscribe to the channel. Only if I shoot 300. If I don't, you guys can all unsubscribe, I guess. They were all going flush before. I just got a little nervous, amped it up, threw a little hard. I'm switching my house shot review. It's gonna be a 10 out of 10. I usually do not like this house shot. I shot 300 on it, and this ball fits all my house shot needs. And now we have a couple other balls from Hammer, like this Arctic Vibe and the Black Widow 3.0 Solid from Hammer that are gonna fit below and above where this Vibe should fit. So now let me compare these balls and tell you where exactly it'll fit amongst your other Hammer bowling balls. I'm gonna move like 3 or 4 left. I assume that this Ocean Vibe will hook less than the hybrid that is the Arctic Vibe. Much less. And my string of strikes with the Vibe is 13. So if you're comparing it to your Ocean Vibe, you're gonna get about 4 more boards of hook with your feet. I'll throw one more just to double check that. A much cleaner shape through the front. I would say the Arctic Vibe is more back end than that. That one has the potential to be more back end as it is so much cleaner through the middle part of the lane. On the other end of the scale, the 3.0 Solid, which should be my most hooking ball in my bag or one of the more hooking balls in my bag, definitely the most hooking right now from the Hammer line for me. I'm gonna move forward right of where I was with the Arctic Vibes. Much earlier. With the Black Widow 3.0 Solid, it's gonna be a lot more overall hook potential, a lot earlier. This is definitely a game 1 ball where the Arctic Vibe would be more of that game 2, 3 ball. And if you're bowling a tournament, you can use it for that whole mid section of the block. Exactly what I thought. It's a lot more hook potential, but also a lot slower motion down lanes. We're kind of setting this whole scale thing up brand new, and that'll give you guys a good rubric going forward as we rate this ball and balls to come where it fits amongst my arsenal. We're also thinking about bringing on a couple guys, maybe someone from Storm, maybe someone from Motive, to expand all of the bowling balls that we can review. That'll be a little over on the House Extras channel, so if you haven't subscribed there, go there and drop down below in the comments who you might want to see from Storm, and maybe a player you might want to see from Motive as well. Go buy this Arctic Vibe, maybe you guys can shoot 300 too, or click that link down below for the giveaway. And as always guys, hit subscribe, and thanks for watching. Peace.